Welcome to Go Gardening. We're here at Rainbow Gardens on Bandera Road, and I'd like to introduce my good friend here, Robin Norton.
Hi.
She's Education Event Coordinator here. Robin, what do we see? Where are we at right now?
We are in the pollinator garden here at our Bandera location of Rainbow Gardens. So we have a beautiful display of pollinator plants that are the favorites of butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds, all in one location to attract them to our area.
Let's go see some other ones we might find here in San Antonio.
That sounds great.
Well, Robin, these are some of my fall favorites, and I'm so glad you pulled them out.
Yes.
What do we have here?
We've got fall aster right here, beautiful blooms, great for the pollinators for fall. We also have Greg's Blue Mist, Texas native, fabulous pollinator plant.
for butterflies and moths.
Yes,
I love it.
absolutely.
And then salvias, which...
Yes, and then we've got this Salvia Greggii right here. There's so many different salvias. This seems to be one of their favorites. They enjoy that quite a bit.
I have an article on the SAW's news site. Say sí to salvia.
Ah.
And so I love salvias.
Yes.
Yeah, like you said, there's 20 or 25 different salvias you can grow here, and all different colors.
Absolutely.
Now, the question I got often was, how far apart do you plant these?
Well, here at Rainbow Gardens, we have some excellent signage that will tell you exactly that, where you need to plant these, in the sun, in the shade, watering needs, what zones they're good for, and also how far apart to plant them.
Just
yes.
Let's demonstrate the fact that, let's just use these two number ones.
All right. So we're going to plant these probably about a foot apart because these are going to get bigger. You're going to want to look at the mature size of your plants.
And they'll have that on those signs, or
yes.
You can ask one of the staff here.
Absolutely, but you do want to give them space. If you put them too close together, they may choke each other out. They are going to get much bigger than this.
So and I think that is a very common problem with homeowners. They're going to plant too close together.
Absolutely.
So you want to do that. Now we have a little bit bigger one. How far apart would we do this one? Just to say.
We would probably say probably 2 feet because this guy's already got some growing room. He's going to get nice and big. So definitely.
So center to center. 2 feet.
I would say
That's
so.
how we do it. Great.
Absolutely.
Okay. You know what? We may want to add a little product to our planting holes. Not much, but we want to plant a little product to it.
Absolutely.
So we may just go over and look at some of the products that I would recommend.
Absolutely. Sounds like a great idea.
Ready? So Robin, this is a fall aster.
Yes.
And I get questions all the time. How far apart do we plant? So let's just demonstrate with this one.
Okay.
So this is number 1.
Correct.
And the rule is always twice the container.
Correct.
So if we did that, it'd be like that. So the hole would be about that wide. About that wide, yeah. So twice the container, that wide. Now, as deep as the container.
Correct.
A lot of people like dig a big hole. They don't need to dig a hole. It's just width is more important than anything else. Now, after they have that pile of soil, let me just remind everybody, we like compost. A little bit of compost, not a whole lot. We take the original soil and about 10 to 15% by volume and put a little compost in that, because we're always deficient in organic matter here in South Texas.
So true.
So true. And then
Hardwood mulch.
Hardwood mulch, my favorite one. This is from Gardenville. We like that. It's a very natural product. But I was talking with you. How deep do we dig?
1 inch.
1 inch. And the reason is lots of our rainfall is so light that it waters the mulch and not the soil.
Correct.
So we just do a little bit in that. Yes. So, and that's really easy.
Yes.
So
definitely.
Again, fall is for planting. So let's get out there and plant.
Yes,
All
definitely.
Right. So Robin, tell me a little bit about where we are.
We are on what we affectionately call Saw's Row, which is we have all of the Saw's Water Saver Landscape coupon plants in one area. Now there are actually more than what we have here, but this is a good display of quite a few of the different plants that we have here in the nursery so that you can just come and do one-stop shopping.
And these are both natives?
Natives and well adapted or nativized.
Nativized.
Yes.
So let's go take a look at a few.
Okay, sounds good.
So this one is called a
Blackfoot daisy.
And it is a native.
It is a Texas native, yes.
Yeah. Now it will grow and get a little bit taller or grow farther out?
It will grow out and up. It kind of mounds. It makes a nice big mound. They can get quite large. What we like to say is first year they sleep, second year they creep, third year they leap. Yes. So about 3 years you'll have
that's for a lot of native plants as well. Hey Robin, tell me, how do we kill this plant?
This plant is very drought tolerant, so overwatering will kill this plant.
That's right. I see a lot of people have it under a sprinkler system, which is the kiss of death. So
yes.
Very drought tolerant, doesn't need a lot of water,
correct.
Particularly in the summer.
Correct, yes. It's a great plant for our San Antonio summers.
That's right. Hey, let's go look at another plant.
Sounds good.
So Robin, tell me a little bit about this particular plant.
This plant is called a blue plumbago. It has been nativized.
Yeah.
So it is well adapted to our area. It is a Texas superstar plant. It is highly drought tolerant. It is on the Saw's Landscape Water Saver Rewards coupon program. It is non-toxic to dogs or cats, and it also blooms in sun or shade. So this is a fabulous plant.
That's why I like it.
Yes.
It has the ability to do both.
Yes, absolutely. It is a great plant. I recommend it all the time. And in July, this was the only plant blooming in my yard.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
just chatting and walking, chatting and walking. Yes. Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So, Robin, I was walking through the herb section here at Rainbow Gardens, and I had to stop. It's quite extensive, but I just wanted to point out these two things. What's the one that you have?
I've got cilantro, which is in season now. These are cool season herbs, and we do have these now. People ask for cilantro constantly, so we've got it in now.
And I have parsley, and parsley is very important for butterflies. Black swallowtail?
Black
swallowtail is the one that likes it. So you always plant a little bit of parsley. What else? Dill. It likes dill as well.
Fennel and rue.
But these are cool weather herbs. And most importantly, they are deer resistant.
Yes.
Deer don't like them. So I just had to stop here and get some herbs. I'd like to thank everyone for watching Go Gardening video, and I'd like to thank Robin, who's here at
Rainbow Gardens. And we have 2 locations, one on Bandera Road and one on Thousand Oaks. We hope you come visit us soon. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you for allowing us to video here today and in your pollinator garden.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for visiting us.
Thanks everyone for watching. Let's go out and garden and save some water.
Ever wonder where all of the water we use to drink, bathe, cook, garden, and put out fires comes from? ever wonder how our water supply is safeguarded to ensure it's there for generations to come? The answers to all your questions will be waiting for you at the Edwards Aquifer Authority Education Outreach Center. Book your free visit today at eaaeoc.org. The EOC is the place to be.
So, how does enjoying the many beautiful parks and natural areas located in the Trinity Glen Rose Groundwater Conservation District help protect the clean water stored in the Trinity Aquifer? You can learn more at trinityglenrose.com/pollution prevention.
Welcome to Go Gardening. I have Janice Jacobs here. She is the chairman of the Garden Safari, and we're here at Hill Country Retreat. Janice, thank you for talking to me. Tell us a little bit about the Garden Safari and how long has it been going on?
Okay, well, it's been going on at least 10 years. When I got here in 2013, I went on the Garden Safari in September, and it was really hot. And then I got on the board of the garden club, and we decided to have it a month later. So now it's in October, which gives us a break and gives people a chance to get their yards in control after a hot summer.
So what's that? So people are getting their yards, and then everyone goes and visits them?
We choose 6 yards. I like them to 6 to 7. I like them to be garden club members because I really don't want invasive species.
Okay.
I don't want to advertise invasive species, and we really work hard in the garden club to keep invasive species out of the mix.
So the Garden Safari is promoted and run by the garden club.
Right. And we go around, we choose the 6 houses, we do a write-up, and then we invite the whole community because we have some new homes still. There are a couple being built, we're almost built out. But the people that go tell me, I wish I had gone on the safari before I planned my landscaping because they get so many good ideas.
So tell me about the goal of the Garden Safari.
Well, the goal is to let people in the neighborhood, whether they're garden club members or not, see the different kinds of gardens there are and the right kind of plants, like I say, non-invasive plants. The first year I did the Garden Safari was the first year that we were considering xeriscaping here. It used to be you had to have grass all the way around your house, but they were beginning to change that. And so we did 6 houses that were completely xeriscaped, some with a lot of stone and other just with the right low water plants, which was very informative that year because people got an idea of what they should do.
And there's going to be examples of each of those in the Garden Safari this year.
Right. We have we've got a 3-level deck so that people can understand that they can get money from saws with the deck. We have patios. We have pervious surfaces, which are very important. We have just very colorful gardens. This is a wildscape. There's one that has a lot of stone, but it also has the right plants planted that are going to really be great. And I always emphasize, whenever you have a lot of stone, you've got to put trees in. We don't want big heat islands.
Well, great. We hope to see an example of each of those here on the Go Gardening.
Yep, you will.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome. We're at the first stop on the Hill Country Retreat Garden Safari. And I'm talking to Ava and Gary.
Right.
That's right? Okay, I pronounced it correctly?
Correct.
Yes.
Well, we're here in their backyard, and the original owner had more of a traditional backyard.
Right.
And you've done some really creative things. And so what we're going to do is we're kind of going to go back and look at that. But first of all, just give us a little hint of how long you've been here and what you've all done.
We came here in early 2020, and so this house has been here for 12 years before us.
Okay.
All right. And when we got here, the areas under the black compost mulch that you see out here was already here by the original owner. And he put in these trees and most of the larger landscaping. It had not been managed well because they had rented the house for 7 years to other people.
And as I understand it, you did most of the mulch work.
Yes, yes.
And the stone work.
The stonework, the rock work, when we got here, the yard was in terrible condition because it was too much shade, too thin a soil, and of course we've been in some drought already.
And Eva, you've done the plant work.
And we've done a lot of planting here, and we took some things out, but we left any of the native plants that they had, we kept. And we did cut them back, and they really did well. But we have several beds that we just made brand new with more native plants.
Great. Well, let's go back and look at a little bit of what you did.
Okay.
All right. Well, tell me a little bit about this patio here. This looks really wonderful. In fact, you have several different beds.
Really?
Let's talk about this patio here.
Well, this patio was grass that wasn't making it and wasn't going to make it because of the deep shade. And when we had saws out to work with us, they said, you know, we have a program for creating a flagstone patio, and we already had planned for the rock to fill in, but the flagstone patio came with the coupon.
Yeah, and so they added some financial assistance for you on that.
Absolutely.
Yes, they did.
Now, I really noticed with these beds over here and the grass down there, we have kind of what SAWS recommends, a third turf, third patio, third beds. And so you're pretty much what those one-third, one-third, one-third is. So that's really, really great.
And the contractor that worked with us on the rock was familiar with SAWS programs.
Okay, good.
And she had helped a lot of people in this neighborhood, in this area.
Well, great, great.
So
Well,
this is our upper patio,
Yeah.
and we put it in because we like to be outdoors.
okay.
And we eat outdoors often, and it just really is cooler and nicer. We feel like we're in the gardens.
Well, today's a wonderful day.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is. Well, I see you have these wonderful native plants,
Yes.
wildlife plants. Well, tell me a little bit about what we have in this.
Well, this is actually this is a pomegranate, and then these were all here: the Esperanza and the Cenizo, and you know, they needed trimming, and we did that, and they really came back. They're doing really well. And then we planted some more mist vines and some Turk's cap, and very many things for the birds, because we really wanted to attract the birds and have a healthy landscape.
And I see you have an open bed up here, and
Yes.
you're thinking about some plants. So I'm thinking some scarlet salvia,
Okay.
some of the justicia, which is some of the shrimp plants,
Okay.
and Mexican honeysuckle.
Mexican honeysuckle.
So all those would do really well in the shade.
Deep shade.
Deep shade, as well as the classic Turk's cap. But that could get a little under control. But those are nice plants I think would do really, really well.
And I have a place for them.
Okay, wonderful. So I want to thank you all for letting us come to your backyard and explain a little bit how you changed it from just grass to multi-beds and a lovely outdoor living patio. So thank you again. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Janice, tell us a little bit about what was going on this new house. The other one was 15 years old. This is only 2 years old,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. And what happens is the garden club comes out and does a consultation with these people to talk to them about the plants that the builder planted, which usually are not very good, trees, many times two in the front yard, which is a problem. These people took out all the grass. It was Bermuda tift and put in zoysia. We talk to them about drainage issues, and we give them a list of plants that are xeriscape plants that use very, very little water. And I always tell them that many times they hire a contractor, that they need to read the book that I give them, that they need to think about what I've said, they need to talk to the contractor because 4 heads are much better than just one. And I'm always amazed at how wonderful these places look after 4 people get together and make the plan.
Yeah. I've noticed that it's a really nice combination of turf and then plants.
Yes, and they've got the great backdrop, which is the green belt, which I'm sure that it'll fill in as time goes by. On the side, you like the side. I always talk to people about the fact that they need to use stones. If they're going to use stepping stones, they've got to be big enough so that they can be well seated, because at our age, this is an over 55 community, a broken ankle is never going to heal properly. And it's one of the things that we emphasize when walking.
Big stones, whether they fill it with gravel or not, but big stones is the emphasis.
And very stable, yes. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, we're here with Barry Danzy home on the garden safari, and we're going to look at some interesting patio work that he's done. So thank you, Barry, for having us out here.
You're more than welcome.
All right. Tell me a little bit about what you did here.
Well, one of the problems we had was we do a lot of entertaining, and we wanted to have some surface for that.
Let's go walk.
But we needed to stay with some permeable surface this close to the back fence. So the outside wall is stacked stone, and inside then is filled with permeable rock, and then of course the flagstone with the permeable smaller stone between them. So
how high are we?
We're about 4 feet in the tallest section.
So that whole 4 feet is filled with permeable rock.
It is, yes.
That's just amazing. So how did you decide on the flagstone?
Well, we couldn't make a decision. There were a lot of options. We talked about wood. We talked about some composite decking, and decided that we liked the natural stone better, and decided that this would work for us here.
Did you have to look around all over town for this?
Actually, the landscaper that I contracted with for this, we told him what we wanted. He brought some samples. We liked this particular one that has sort of the holes and the fossils in them, and so he went out and he found those.
Oh, that's amazing. That's fabulous. Looks really, really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And thank you for allowing us to come on out. Well, Juan, we've seen a lot of wonderful landscapes here, and I know that's a key component of your programs with water conservation. And what else can you tell me about your programs?
Well, we always want our customers to rethink their landscapes from grass dominant to something that is more diversified, functional. So the homes that you have seen today are wonderful examples of how customers have taken advantage of our free water saver irrigation consult, and outdoor living spaces and landscape coupon. You see all of that throughout this neighborhood. One of the highest participation that we have for those programs are here in this neighborhood, and you've seen some of the end result.
Well, that sounds wonderful, Juan. Where can homeowners or members of SAWS, or how can they apply to get such assistance?
So our programs are found at gardenstylesa.com, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the screen. And so you go there, and not only is it the place where you find the applications and the details about our programs, but it's filled with all kinds of information that helps customers, leads them to down the pathway where they themselves could possibly do something like you've seen today.
Is it complicated?
No, it's not complicated. It's just a question of finding it on the website, and you just click through, and it's easy enough. Just have your SAWS water bill in front, because we will ask you about your account. But it's pretty straightforward.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Janice, I want to thank you so much for explaining the garden safari and having us out here, out in Hill Country Retreat.
Well, I want to thank you. SAWS gets a lot of business from us. When we do this, people want their water use evaluated, and that's so important here in San Antonio.
Well, thank you again. Thank you for watching Go Gardening, and get out there and garden.
Litter goes with the flow. Join the San Antonio River Authority in protecting area creeks and the river. Don't let litter trash your river. Let's all be river proud.
Well, Robin, these are some of my fall favorites, and I'm so glad you pulled them out. What do we have here?
We've got fall aster right here, beautiful blooms, great for the pollinators for fall. We also have Greg's blue mist, Texas native, fabulous pollinator plant.
for butterflies and moths.
Yes.
Just love it. And then some of my all-time favorite.
Yes, we've got red salvia. This one is Salvia Greg.